Okay, diving right into it. So this is the 16-page PDF that I designed and want to, of course, share with you fanatics just to let you guys know what kind of parts you need. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dale, and today we're going to talk about my experience with the E46 6-speed manual transmission swap. Now, before we get started, please do your own research before performing anything on your E46. This was just based off my experience and mine alone. I personally took a deep dive into the BMW forums about the cost, the parts, and the labor involved before getting involved in this project. In this video, I am going to go through a personal document that I have designed for you guys to take a look at. In this document, there is OEM part numbers, there's a checklist, and of course there is going to be the real OEM diagram as well. Before we get started, I apologize for the delay and long form content. I know I have been putting this aside and uploading shorts, and that is for good reason. I want to grow more followers. I want to reach out to more people and help them with their E46 experience. Well, with that out of the way, let's kick things off with today's video. The story behind the manual swap on my end was due to the fact that my automatic transmission decided to crap out. What that meant was the reverse gear stopped working. Yes, this is a major known issue in the BMW E46 community. The automatic transmission tends to give out over time. One of my major regrets to this day, of course, was repairing that transmission at a local transmission shop. It ran fine for a couple of months, but soon after, the automatic transmission started to just give a very hard jolt forward when it was switching gears, and it just wasn't a good, comfortable ride anymore. After that, I decided to just source the OEM BMW transmission parts myself and decided to take it to my local shop to get it swapped out. Now, lucky for you guys, I have made an easy PDF parts checklist for you guys to just print out and check off. With that being said, let's jump right into it and take a look at it. Okay, diving right into it. So this is the 16-page PDF that I designed and want to, of course, share with you fanatics just to let you guys know what kind of parts you need for the 6-speed manual transmission swap. Of course, this was sourced on the internet as well. I combined a couple of threads together that housed all the parts numbers and housed all the information and put them all in one convenient PDF. The vendor that I used to compare today's prices or use for, I guess, reference was FCP Euro. I chose that vendor due to the fact that they have an amazing warranty on their parts. And of course, this is no way sponsored. Don't think that this video is sponsored by them. It's not. I personally just use them because they've been around the game for like the longest time. Diving into this PDF, I have a title page here that I designed: original BMW parts, OEM parts for 6-speed manual transmission swap. This is the BMW 6-speed OEM parts list for the BMW 3 Series. Of course, please read this. This is a checklist for fanatics who are looking to purchase OEM parts. This document contains OEM parts needed for the swap. Important information: this document is meant to serve as a checklist for those who are looking to purchase the parts. Okay, this retrofit should be done by a professional and should not be done by oneself if you have no experience in the automotive industry. I don't want you guys to get hurt when trying to do this manual transmission swap yourself. Okay, I am not responsible for you getting hurt, and I am not responsible for any damages done to your car. Once again, just a disclaimer: this document here is just to serve as a checklist for you to buy the parts, not instructions on how to do DIY, okay? And of course, some parts that are listed in this document are no longer available and will need to be sourced out elsewhere, such as junkyards, eBay, Marketplace, or people that are parting out cars. So with that out of the way, let's dive into it. So of course, the first part that you need is the transmission itself, the 6-speed gearbox. This is no longer available from FCP Europe. You're gonna have to transfer. You're gonna have to source the part somewhere else. You need a stick-on label transmission oil. It's like a little sticker, and you just kind of put it on the transmission. Okay, so the overall structure of this design is there's going to be the very formal table on top, and then at the bottom there's going to be the real OEM diagram for you to, of course, like source and look at. Okay, so first you need the transmission. Second page, here are some gearbox mounting parts that you need for the transmission. Now, I believe these bolts all came with it, so if yours didn't come with it, then you're gonna have to source the mounting parts separately. The gearbox assembly. This cross member is very important. You definitely need this part. This was a part that I personally had to source myself, and this part kind of just holds up your transmission. Is different from the automatic gearbox. And of course, the drive shaft. This is very, very crucial. The 6-speed drive shaft is different compared to your automatic drive shaft. So to buy this new from FCP Euro is a little pricey. It's like $1,500. Here are some drive shaft individual components that you might be interested in. Now, when I bought my drive shaft, it came pretty much all assembled like this, but in any case, you need to source extra parts for the drive shaft. If some parts have been broken, here's a complete list of what you possibly need. Next, the gearbox shifting part is very important. You definitely need all of this assembly. The one thing that I personally swapped out was I believe it was number 6. Yes, the shift lever. So I personally swapped in a OEM BMW Performance short shifter kit, and boy oh boy, that thing was amazing, and it's still amazing to this day. The shorter throws, of course, is way better, and it decreases the travel distance from each gear to each gear, making your shifts way faster and way smoother. So that is a must in my opinion. But when you buy the parts, make sure you have this whole assembly. Next is the shift boot. Now, I've laid out the leather cover for it, and of course you need the shifter covering as well. Without the shifter covering, it's not that padded, and it definitely kind of hurts or feels a little rough when you're kind of shifting. So definitely I would recommend the shifter covering. The leather gear lever cover, I bought the OEM BMW Performance Alcantara shift boot, so that is something that you guys can take a look at and look into. The shift knob itself, you guys could definitely source whatever shift knob you want, but I personally bought the DHP or ZHP shift knob. The clutch and flywheels. This is very important because when you take the transmission out, you do not want to reuse an old clutch or a flywheel. You want a new one because over time it wears down, and your precision in shifting gears would definitely affect your, of course, driving comfortability if you have a very used and worn out clutch kit. So I personally would buy your favorite clutch kits, whether that be OEM or third party, your choice. Pedals. So a lot of people don't know this, but you definitely need to refresh all your pedals. You need a new gas pedal, you need the new brake pedal, and of course you need the new clutch pedal as well. So laid out here is the full list of all the pedals that you need and all the miscellaneous items. Now, if you are having trouble kind of identifying what number 7 is, on the next page I have what number 7 looks like and where it plays in this whole assembly. So that is a benefit of my PDF document. The clutch control. So this clutch control obviously allows you to clutch in and out of your, of course, transmission, and it definitely is a part that is needed. The exhaust hangers. So of course, with the new transmission inserted in or installed from your old one, the shapes or sizes of the transmission boxes are a little bit different, so you would need new exhaust hangers as well. And this is the end of the PDF. So at the end of the PDF, once again, I have the disclaimer, and you definitely need to read this over before you buy this, because once again, I am not going to be reliable or responsible for your mishaps. So there you have it, guys. This was the OEM 6-speed manual transmission parts list. Now I'm going to leave a link down below where you can purchase this PDF checklist. It really helps me in the long run to keep the lights running, and it encourages me to keep pushing out content like this. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channels, especially on my socials. I'm trying to reach 10K over there on Instagram and TikTok. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it down below and I will definitely get to it. But until then, see you next time.